What's up, everyone? Buckle up, because today we're diving into one of the darkest and most shocking TV moments of the year. Noah Hawley's Alien, Earth, just dropped episode 6, titled The Fly, and fans are still reeling from what went down. If you thought this series couldn't get any scarier after the brutal flashbacks of last week, think again. Episode 6 doesn't just play with suspense, it rips the rug out from under us and reminds viewers that in this universe, nobody is safe, not even the hybrids who were promised so-called immortality. So let's break down the two jaw-dropping deaths, the disturbing new alien reveal, and what this means for the rest of the season. The episode kicks off with a sense of dread, and that tension only builds until it hits a boiling point. For the first time, the show unleashes one of the 5 alien species locked aboard the Prodigy's ship, the Fly. This creature isn't just another monster in the shadows. It's an entirely new kind of predator, with rules and instincts that defy what the characters, and we as viewers, thought we knew. By the time the Fly makes its big move, you realize Hawley isn't aiming for cheap jump scares. He wants to shake you to the core, and he succeeds, delivering what he himself has described as the most disturbing scene on television this year. The first heartbreaking moment comes when Kit Young's character, Isaac, better known as Tootles, steps into the spotlight. Tasked with feeding the alien specimens, he ignores Krish's strict instructions and enters the Fly's containment area. That mistake proves fatal. Distracted by the Eye Midge, a smaller alien disguised as a sheep, Isaac never sees the Fly coming. In a horrifying twist, this creature isn't interested in flesh. It feeds on metal, which spells disaster for Isaac's supposedly indestructible hybrid body. The promise of immortality is shattered right before our eyes. What makes Tootles' death so terrifying isn't just the gore, it's the meaning behind it. As his synthetic skin corrodes and his face literally begins to liquefy, we watch the immortal hybrid crumble like any other victim. It's a devastating confirmation that Prodigy's big promise, the one that gave the hybrids hope, is nothing but a lie. The Lost Boys lose one of their own, and the series takes its first major step into uncharted darkness. With this single death, the story raises terrifying questions. If even hybrids can be destroyed, what chance does anyone have against these creatures? But Hawley doesn't stop there. Just as viewers are catching their breath, the episode takes another brutal turn. Arthur Sylvia, played by David Risdall, becomes the next casualty. Arthur isn't just another background scientist. He's Prodigy's head of research and the husband of Dame Sylvia. Throughout the series, Arthur has been one of the few voices of reason, pushing back against the corporation's cruel experiments. In this episode, he openly questions Prodigy's choice to erase Curly's memory, and that defiance seals his fate. Arthur's downfall comes through betrayal. Slightly, who has been secretly working for Weyland-Yutani, makes sure that Arthur becomes the perfect host for a facehugger. Trapped in the lab, Arthur pleads as the parasite latches onto his head, but there's no escape. It's a moment that feels both personal and inevitable. Arthur tried to do the right thing, and for that, he's punished in the worst possible way. While Isaac's death was shocking for what it revealed about the hybrids, Arthur's demise hits differently. It's about betrayal, sabotage, and the chilling reach of corporate power. Together, these two deaths mark a turning point for Alien Earth. Until now, the hybrids and scientists had felt relatively untouchable, protected by their technology or positions of authority. Episode 6 blows that illusion apart. Hybrids aren't safe, scientists aren't safe, and Prodigy's control over this experiment is slipping fast. Noah Hawley makes it clear, this isn't just a monster show. It's a story about how fragile human ambition really is when matched against forces beyond our understanding. Of course, fans are already buzzing with theories. Could Isaac somehow return if Prodigy re-uploads his consciousness into a new body? Could Arthur's embryo be surgically removed before it hatches? In a universe as strange and unpredictable as Alien Earth, nothing is off the table. But even if they come back, their deaths will never be forgotten. The trauma, the fear, and the mistrust are already spreading through the group like wildfire. The hybrids now know their so-called eternal life isn't guaranteed, and the humans know betrayal lurks in every corner. Looking ahead, things are only going to get darker. The next episode, Emergence, airs on September 16th, and it's set to push the survivors even further to the edge. Then comes the season finale, The Real Monsters, on September 23rd. With the Fly and the Eye Midge now fully in play, and with internal divisions growing inside the Prodigy experiment, it's safe to say the final stretch of this season will be intense, heartbreaking, and maybe even more disturbing than what we just witnessed. So what does this all mean for viewers? Simply put, Noah Hawley has raised the stakes like never before. Episode 6 isn't just a turning point, it's a warning shot. Nobody is safe, no promise is real, and the real monsters may not even be the aliens. They might be the humans pulling the strings behind the scenes. If you thought Alien Earth was just another sci-fi horror series, think again. This show is redefining what television can do when it's unafraid to shock, disturb, and challenge its audience. And judging by what we've seen, the worst is definitely yet to come.